Hi.
So you guys have obviously are fantastic actors and have had a huge influence on crafting.
Don't stop now. I mean,
Yeah, I'll keep going. A huge influence on crafting the characters that you play and really making Sam and Dean who they are over the years. But I'm just curious if at any time over the last 13 years, there were any feedback from directors or your castmates or anything that you felt influenced how you chose to take the character or play the character in any way that helped build that where the characters have become in addition to your own input.
Yeah, absolutely.
thank you for the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's the development of both of these characters has certainly been a collaborative effort for the past 13 years. We've certainly had a healthy hand in, directing them to going certain ways. But I will, there's a laundry list of examples that I could say of like, oh, well, this director gave me this little pearl, or, this actor, the way that relationship made me play the character this way. But let me switch gears a bit and talk to you about a character that I had some difficulty with, which is Michael, and give somebody who I hope is not backstage and can hear me, give him a little credit. The second episode this season was directed by Mr. Spade himself. Yeah, all right, don't get your hopes up. It's probably not going to be that great. That being said, I was still struggling with kind of finding Michael and how I wanted to really play him, and maybe I was doing okay, but I just wasn't super confident in my delivery just yet because I'd only had really one episode to play him. And I leaned into Spade a little bit and said, "Hey, man, just watch my back. Like you know me, and you know how I played Dean, and you know these characters, you know the show. Help me craft this guy the way that I want him to be crafted." And he gave me some really helpful pointers and feedback throughout that episode that I think really got me into a groove with the character. And I'm not sure I could have done that by myself. So I will say that those kind of collaborative efforts do truly still exist on set. And that's pretty cool after 13 seasons. Yeah, it was too bad that Spate wasn't directing the alternate universe Castiel and could have told Misha not to do what he did, which I think would have been a benefit to us all. But you can't win them all.
I love messing with Misha.
And this would be something of a Hail Mary. It's a sports term, like slam dunk or ball handler.
You call?
Like ball handler.
Hey, what's up?
All right, take it back to ball handler.
Yeah.
Somebody restraining him? Ball handler? He's still there, huh?
So I think for me, I'm going to go way. Ackles was kind of very current with something very legit. I'm going to go back to the very, very, very beginning. And literally, I think when I was talking with Kripke or David Nutter or something during the pilot, and, having come from Gilmore Girls, that was based... It's okay. It's okay. No, but it was very much based in reality. So part of who I was as the original Dean... Woo! Just kidding. No, but I think I sort of reacted to Supernatural as maybe my character or any human being on the planet would have reacted to such things. In that I was sort of, when I had the lines about when Dad told me when I said I was scared of the thing under my bed, Dad gave me a gun, I was a little bit too fantastical with it, as if it was bizarre. And one of the best things, I think it was Kripke, was like, this isn't weird to you. You're complaining about it, but it's not weird. And I sort of thought about it, and I was like, but it is weird. And so I did it again, and he's like, you know what? you're being honest. You're treating this as somebody in the audience would treat this. But remember, you've been dealing with the extraordinary and the extraterrestrial and the supernatural for all of your life. This isn't weird to you. You're just telling somebody like traffic sucked. Like treat it with, so he helped me get into this world that Sam and Dean live in, that, when Dean says Dad's on a hunting trip, he doesn't have to go like, Dad's on a hunting trip. It's just understood, it's this world that we live in where that's our parlance.
Which is funny because that's how I played it the first take.
Yeah. Sam, Dad's
So Dad's on a
hunting. So,
you know what I'm saying? No, this is not the way I should. Copy that. Thank you.
Just tone it down.
Dad hasn't been home in a few days.
So he's working overtime on a Miller time shift. He'll stumble back in sooner or later.
Dad's on a hunting trip, and he hasn't been home in a few days.
Just excuse us. We have to go outside.
I know, but Kripke and Nutter helped me commit to a world where I think we're all here today because we all can sink ourselves into that world. It took me a moment to really go like, okay, I'm just gonna, the way Sam says my hamburger sucked is the same way he'd say like, man, that Rougarou took a while to kill. It's not like, the Rougarou, did you hear about this? So it wasn't, he made it more my reality. He told me like, listen, this is Sam's reality. This is Dean's reality. This isn't some bizarre thing that happened. This is his day to day. And so that helped me get to a place where it was just reality. It gave history. It gave history to Sam. And I think Jensen was probably already there as Dean, but I had a difficult time committing to, okay, Sam knows what this is. This isn't Sam going like, there was a ghost in my trailer. I was like, oh yeah, I saw a ghost and I took care of it. And like, so it was, it certainly helped me commit to the world that is supernatural.
Well, and to be fair, he didn't have the experience of dealing with supernatural elements on, what was it? Gilmore Girls.
Oh, I know you have a Stars Hollow tattoo. I'm on to you.
Oh, what?
You know.
Gesundheit.
It's
Thank you.
Thank you.
My question is, first you had the audition for Dean Winchester, and I want to know, how did you play this part in Supernatural?
It was kind of like this. Hey Dean, you're so much cooler than me. Can you just teach me how to do everything? Because I'm stupid. It's kind of like that.
And we saw everybody, and we had weeks and weeks of casting, and we weren't, finding who we were looking for.
I remember when I first read the project and got involved in it, I was actually going to go out for Sam, the younger brother, not knowing. I don't think they had the older brother, anybody in mind for that. I know that they were thinking about Jared, and they wanted to bring me in, and we kind of against Jared as opposed to with Jared.
But Jared came in, and he was just so likable and soulful. And immediately you just saw things from his eyes and his point of view.
When I read the script, I was really into mythology of it, and I was really into the two characters, Sam especially, and I basically said, I'd love to be a part of this. If y'all will have me, I'd love to work my butt off for y'all guys and help tell the story of this character.
After, Jared walked out of the room, we talked about it and we said, geez, it's like Jared, if Jared was Sam, who, and Sam is supposed to be Luke Skywalker, so you sort of need an innocence. We're going to tap all of Jensen's charisma and put it into Dean. And we called Jensen and his representatives, and we said, there's Luke Skywalker, but you could also be Han Solo. And who as a kid, didn't want to be Han Solo. And he was cool and immediately saw the opportunity there. And so then we sort of lucked into having the both of them. And David, I remember I was with David Nutter, Peter Johnson, and we all turned to each other and we said, we have a series. We're going to get picked up.
People either have chemistry together or they don't. You can't fabricate it. You can't cheat that. And you know, these two guys together just have it, and it's a delight when you see it sort of explode in front of you, and you'd be a fool not to take advantage of that.
What were you thinking, shooting Casper in the face, you freak?
Hey, saved your ass. And the response I got was, you nailed it, your hair's just not long enough. So,
who's your team? Cowboys? Me too. You listen to music? Yeah. You like country? Yeah. Me too. Long story short, we got along and we were the only people that showed up.
Yeah, then my question was, where's everybody else? He's like, I don't know. He's like, are you reading for Sam or Dean? I'm like, I'm reading for Dean. He's like, I'm reading for Sam. I'm like, so where's everybody else? Where are the other 10 actors that are fighting for this job, right? Fighting for this role? And no one ever showed up. And then they asked the two of us to come back. We read together for the first time ever in front of 30 executives and Warner Brothers and
when I told Dad I was scared of the thing in my closet, he gave me a 45.
What was he supposed to do?
You know what's out there.
I swore I was done hunting, for good.
Come on, it wasn't easy, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah? When I told Dad I was scared of the thing in my closet, he gave me a 45.
What was he supposed to do?
I was 9 years old. He was supposed to say, don't be afraid of the dark.
Don't be afraid of the dark. What, are you kidding me? Of course you should be afraid of the dark. You know what's out there.
In actuality, it was,
what was he supposed to do?
There's this. He gave me 45.
What was he supposed to do? You know what's out there.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Nice.
Awesome. That's awesome. Right. Come on.
You know what? You're awesome.
Thanks. You too, I guess.